Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into Texas League Baseball. And now here is the voice of your San Antonio Missions, the one, the only, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and a good Tuesday night, everybody. We welcome you into the live broadcast of Texas League Baseball here in South Texas. Well, I gotta say, it is the final 6-game homestand in the 2025 regular season here in good old San Antonio, Texas. Well, tonight is our last ever Taco Night Tuesday, and so far presented by our greatest friends there at HEB and also Taco Bell. Never forget them, because they are a proud sponsor of Taco Bell Value Night Thursdays as well. Well, as we get ready to go here tonight's our proud sponsors coming in, West Creek Trail Rides, our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo, and also Henry's Puffy Tacos, Whataburger, and so much more coming into our broadcast tonight. We thank our proud sponsors of Missions Baseball here in 2025. But anyway, as of last week, San Antonio was in Frisco to do a 6-game set. But evidently, San Antonio played 5 out of that 6 games because Sunday night's game was postponed due to thunderstorms and heavy rain. And boy, there at Statesman's Park, it was coming down heavy. Well, anyway, tonight's a pivotal 12 games left here in the 2025 season. And I got to say, it is one of them things. But anyway, tonight we're here, and gotta say San Antonio can make the playoffs, and so far they gotta keep on winning. I mean, evidently they gotta keep on going. Well, as we look, San Antonio being 69-55, the Frisco Rough Riders 67-57, Amarillo trailing 4.5 games back. Midland is a bunch in 4th place. Corpus Christi, 45-81 of the year. Springfield, a mind-blowing 78-48. Wichita in 2nd place with 69-57. Northwest Arkansas at 63 even in win and loss record. Arkansas Travelers 62-64. Tulsa down in last place with 59-67 in their win and losses. Well, anyway, it is a partly cloudy evening, and I gotta say, boy, San Antonio during the last couple of days have had severe weather, but good thing Mother Nature's being good to us here tonight, because we do have a last 6-game set here in San Antonio. Well, let's go over this week's promotionals. Tonight is Taco Night Tuesday, presented by our San Antonio Missions. Our Military Appreciation Night Wednesday. Any military honor roll that comes in, we'll get into the game for free to show proof of your military ID when you come into the ballpark. Series continues Thursday for Taco Bell Value Night, and also Friday Dr. Pepper, and those 2 nights with the Flying Chanclas. Well, with it being a Friday night Dr. Pepper night, $2 Dr. Peppers all night long on that night. And Saturday, don't forget, is the post-game fireworks. Also, it is Star Wars night, so don't forget Star Wars is a big part of our San Antonio missions every year. Also, we do a pretty good fundraiser as we fundraise to give back to those that had lost everything during the Texas floods a couple months ago. And so far, pretty good on that. Series will wrap up Sunday evening at 7:05. And after that, Bob and I will say goodbye for a long while. And, well, if evidently we do have the playoff rounds, we'll broadcast that as well. And so far, going to be pretty good. I mean, if San Antonio gets in the playoffs, that's great. But if they don't, and it's the fourth or fifth year being eliminated, so what? I mean, they did their level best. I mean, we had a pretty good baseball season and so on. But anyway, we're just about set to go here tonight. And so far, joined in the booth by my good friend and longtime partner of up to 4 years, Bob. And got to say, Bob, it's been a one heck of an adventure for us here in San Antonio. And got to say, you're quite a good partner and stuff. Well, thank you, John. I really appreciate it. And got to say, it's been fun. Yeah, it has been. Well, we've had a pretty good year. And so far, sad that this is our last homestand for the 2025 regular season. But anyway, we have one more road trip after Sunday. And got to say, we head to Springfield. And after that, regular season will wrap up on Sunday the 14th. And then we'll have playoff rounds Tuesday and Wednesday starting September 16th and the 17th. With that off day on Thursday and that Friday evening being Game 3 if necessary. Well, anyway, after that, the 23rd and 24th will be the championship series. And don't forget, the last Friday of September will be the championship series Game 3, if necessary. That is Friday night, September 26th. And that is also my dad's birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. And so on. But anyway, we'll take you now down to the field as we get you set with Texas League Baseball. First of a 6th game against the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks here tonight. And your San Antonio Missions. Don't forget, Corpus Christi is 45-81. San Antonio is 69-55.
Mission.
But anyway, pretty good. So just set to go, and here is Jagger Haynes, a left-hander, will be here in Game 1 here in this last homestand of 2025. A four-seam slider and a changeup coming in, and so far pretty good. Second baseman Jesus Bastidas will lead it off here for Corpus Christi. And we are about set to go. Here is the first pitch. And away we go. It's first pitch in for a strike. It's the count now at 0-1. Frisco at Midland, Amarillo at Arkansas, Tulsa at Wichita, Corpus Christi at San Antonio, Springfield at Northwest Arkansas. There's your teams here tonight. No balls and one strike. Here's the pitch right there and in for a cold strike. It's 0-2. Corpus Christi last week was up in Tulsa, there at good old DCJ Field. Evidently, that's a pretty good ball game right there. There in Tulsa. Right there up to left fielder Albert Fabian will make the play. And there's out number 1. Luis Baez coming in as he strides up next for Corpus Christi. The Hooks started 6 in Tulsa. Now their next 6 here in San Antonio, which is pretty good. No balls and one strike now as Haynes now up to 4 pitches in the start of this game. And in for a strike. What a good one. Yeah, a good one indeed. Get your tickets now at SanAntonioMissionsBaseball.com. Got a week left here at home. So don't forget about that. That one was popped up foul, and the count now nothing at 2. The 0-2 delivery. That one is well struck. Deep to right field, and Jacob Campbell will intercept it, and that's out number 2.
Third, the first baseman, number 4, Luis Encarnacion.
Luis Encarnacion coming up now for the Hooks. A pretty good one there. It's 2 away, nobody on. That one's got high in the air to center field. Mears does not have to move, and that's the inning. A 1-2-3 inning. No runs, hits, or errors for Corpus Christi. It's on now to the bottom of the first inning. And San Antonio coming up to bat. Fabian Acuna and Mears will get things started for us when we return to the broadcast. Now set to go for the bottom of the first right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, about set to go, and Ethan Checo is Christi here tonight. Four-seam, circle change, curveball, slurve, a slider, but 5 pitches to choose from, and he's doing pretty good.
The left fielder, Albert.
Left fielder is Albert Fabian as he comes in. A lot of times other announcers would mispronunciation of his name. His last name is not Fabian, it's Fabian. 1 ball and no strikes. That is fouled off. Then the count now 1-1. That one right there. And that gets past him right there to the third. And that's an infield hit. San Antonio cracks the hit column. Now their next goal cracks the run column. Yeah, I gotta agree there, John. Really trying to get something going. That for sure. And that right there is the count now 0-1 to Francisco Acuna. We're going to have a little bit of a delay. It looks like we're seeing a drone come right into our ball game. And it looks like there's something going on. Don't know what. But this is going to delay our game at least for a little bit. So yeah, we're seeing something going on here. There is a drone right in the middle of the baseball field. So yeah, you don't see that every day. No, you don't see that every day at all. Well, home plate umpires are convening on the field, and so far all the players are still staying on the field and wondering whose drone that is. And yeah, we're gonna stay on this and see what's going on. Just sitting there, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, the home plate umpire, Jeff Davis, is calling for an investigation on this. Boy, we are no score through this bottom half of the first inning. And I gotta say how rude it is to fly a drone out on the baseball field while the boys are playing here tonight. Yeah, and I gotta say, if they catch you flying drones in the middle of a ball game, you're getting a $500 fine, and it could subject to ejection off the baseball field. Yeah, that is for sure. And plus, everybody is here to watch a baseball game. And even though we are our last homestand of this 2025 season, and so far, yeah, it's one of them things. But anyway, we're going to be right back into our broadcast for a West Creek Trail Rides, and we'll hit the break right now. All right, we're back at 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Bob. And gotta say, we are back into our live broadcast after that little drone delay. Francisco Acuna up now. Nobody out, one on here in the bottom of the first inning. Got a great home crowd tonight pouring in. That must have been at least 5 minute, 6, 7, or 8 minute delay right there, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, it was quite of a little bit. And whoever drone that was, I'm telling you now, do not come out on this field again. I'm telling you. Yep, you've been warned. And right there, that one is out of here, gone. Francisco Acuna. Boy, that was a moonshot right there. And he blistered that one, and now San Antonio up by 2 early. Gotta love Francisco Acuna. He's tonight's catcher. Filling in for the injured teammate Ethan Salas, who was out during July 24th. Boy, that's a long time to being out. You know, that homestand against Midland was something else. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it absolutely was. Against your boys from West Texas, yeah, it definitely was. That one is line foul as center fielder Joshua Mears gets in this one. No balls, 1 strike, 2 in to score. Nobody on, nobody out. That one high and outside for the ball, and the count now 1-1. Frisco leading Midland 3-1. Top of the 3rd inning. Amarillo leading Arkansas 2-0. Tulsa and Wichita are scoreless through the top of the 2nd inning. Well, Mears getting struck out on the backwards K.
The first baseman.
Then there's out number 1. Mears down on strikes. First baseman Marcos Castañon coming in as he'll take a ball down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Springfield and Northwest Arkansas, no score. Bottom of the 1st inning there at Riverboat Field. That one high and out inside to the right field area, and there are 2 down.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 7.
Right fielder is Jacob Campbell as he comes in. It's perfect evening after the last couple of evenings that we've had some rain and storms.
1-0.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's been like that through Labor Day. And gotta say, well, there could be some sunny skies and, yeah, a couple of thunderstorm possibilities through this week. Yep, for sure. That one is right there, swing and a miss. The count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. And that's going to be right there. Fair ball, hugging down the line. And that is another base hit. Boy, and I got to say, San Antonio doing pretty good. Getting their 3rd hit of the ball game. And now here is the designated hitter, Cole Roederer, as he'll take that one in the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. 2 out, 1 on, 2-0 San Antonio here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Corpus Christi trailing those 2. That one is outside for the ball, and the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one fouled off, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The count now to Roederer. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, left field, base hit. And there's another base hit. Make that hit number 4 for the boys here tonight. Yeah, I got to say, John, it's going pretty good. They just got to keep up the hitting streak and hopefully get something going. Yep, for sure. 1 ball, no strikes to Yendry Rojas. 2 out, 2 on. Well, hopefully you guys are coming out to the ball game, and don't forget that Saturday is a giveaway on Star Wars night. We're giving away a San Antonio Missions baseball, or should I say football jersey. It is football season, yes, college football going on right now. And if you've been watching the games, that's pretty good. It's 2 balls and a strike to Yendry Rojas. Well, 5 games left with Corpus Christi, Wednesday through Sunday. Then up in Springfield for the last 6 of the regular season. And then playoff rounds, and so far we will be live broadcasting those playoff rounds for our 4 finalists who have made it to the Final Four. Well, are they doing something different this year? No, I don't know there, Bob. But evidently, we would say that Midland, during the first half, they secured that playoff spot. Springfield, for sure, has gotten into the playoff spot as well. Well, anyway, Francisco Acuna giving in 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. Top of the 2nd inning coming up. San Antonio leads this one 2-0 as we get set to go for the 2nd inning when we come back. Top half of the second inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading it off for the Hooks is Zach Daniels, 4-5-6, up against Jagger Haynes. As we get ready for the second inning, here's the pitch. Right there, foul tipped, and it's the count now, 0-1. Don't forget, we have a new series, Picani, premieres Friday nights, right at 6:30 here to the channel. No balls, 1 strike. That one hit high in the air, up in right field in foul territory. That will land out of touch. No balls, 2 strikes. Zach Daniels to the plate. That one hit high in the air. Campbell has it in sight. In plain view, he'll take it himself for the out, and there's the first one here in the second inning.
The third baseman, Cam Smith.
The hot corner man for Corpus Christi is Cam Smith. As he comes in, ready to go. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Yes, we do see some kids in the audience that come, even though on a school night, it's no balls to 2 strikes. Oh, evidently that is okay. No balls, 2 strikes. Right there. Ground ball, ground hopper, Cedeno. Throw down the Castagnon, and that is out number 2.
The designated hitter, Austin.
Well, the designated hitter is Austin Deming as he comes in. 2 out, nobody on. Hey, John, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just having to deal with a little bit of allergies. Right there, high in the air, deep to left field. That one is out of here. And Corpus Christi gets on the board finally. It's now 2-1. But they'll trail San Antonio just that 1 run. Man, and they're coming in from behind, trying to get something going. Ouch. Man, I tell you what, they really just stuck it to that baseball. 383 foot. 103.5 mile per hour on the exit velocity. And so far, pretty good. 7-hole batter is Zach Cole as he comes in. Hits that one high and outside. Right to the berms. And the count now at 0-1. Starting to see some orange hue with those clouds. Evidently pretty good. That one bashed. That one deep. That one out of here. And now the game is tied. Man, that is, that's a toothpick through the foot right there. Yep. Well, gotta say there, Bob, if you give up 2 back-to-back home runs, that's a recipe for the butt whooping. Yeah, it sure is. Man, right to the scoreboard. Jagger Haynes only gave up 2 runs, and now it's a tie ball game. Corpus Christi and San Antonio 2-2. And here is Chase Jaworski as he swings and misses, and the count now at 0-1. And I tell you what, that's pretty good right there. He nailed it out of there. And that's an inside strike. Gets the count now at 0-2. 2-2 tie. Top of the second. Swing and a miss. Got him. And that is the inning over. But 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors. And nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We're going 2.5. Tied 2-2. So back here for the bottom of the second as second baseman Norwellian Cedeno will lead it off. DeVries and Fabian will come in from behind when we come back. Bottom of 2. It's 2-2. Look. It's 2-2 tied. All right, we're now to the bottom half of the second inning for San Antonio, right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Nerwillian Cedeno coming in as we lead off the bottom of two for the Missions. 8-9-1 due up against Ethan Pecco. That was an outside ball, and the count now 1-0. Gotta say, I do apologize. Not feeling myself tonight, but do my level best here in the broadcast to bring you a pretty good, decent live stream. 2 balls and no strikes. Swing and a miss. Boy, howdy, that was almost ball 3 right there. And the count now at 2-1. He chased a high one. The circle changes in for a strike, and the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one hit high in the air up to left field. Left fielder will be in pursuit of it, and that's out number 1.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 94.
Well, the shortstop, Leo Dallas DeVries, coming in here tonight. So far, Ethan Salas still out on a injury. That's a ground ball, straightaway short, throw down to first in time for route number 2.
Number 30, Albert Fabian.
Albert Fabian coming in, ready to go. His 1-for-1 single last time up. While let's look at that game in Springfield, or should I say Northwest Arkansas. Naturals and Cardinals going at it together tonight. They're at good old Riverboat Field. You know, it's been 4 seasons since the Missions went up to Northwest Arkansas. And still, next year we don't go in 2026 either. One right there, and that is out number 3. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Top of the 3rd, still a tied ball game at 2-2. Lavastilla, Baez, and Bastidas will get going here in the 3rd for Corpus Christi when we come back. Well, we are to the top of the 3rd inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Here is Brian Lavastida, 9-1-2, due up against Jagger Haynes. And we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one is a ball, and the count now 1-0. Allergies these days, I tell you. One thing or another. I do my level best to broadcast. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. We've got a good crowd tonight. Sun's starting to set. Temperature down 92 degrees here for the first week of September and our last homestand of 2025. That one ground ball straight away. Rojas ground hop right there, and Castañon got him. Boy, first out. Quick play, but they get him by a footstep. And now here is Jesus Bastidas, top of the Corpus Christi batting order. 0 for 1 of the day. And the pitch, that is right there and in for a strike, and the count now at 0-1. Here's pitch. That one is chopped foul. The count now 0-2. Trying to look for another 1-2-3 inning. That one chopped at the plate, foul, and a change. And it's 0-2. Still hanging on is Jesus Bastidas. That one fouled. So still hanging on here tonight. Bastidas .208 in the average. Groundhopper straight away. DeVries gets Castagnon to get it. And there is 2 down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Luis Baez.
Well, Luis Baez coming in now. Corpus Christi had their 6 games last week in Tulsa. Now there's 6 games here in San Antonio. And then they'll go for their last homestand against Wichita starting next week. Ball. Change up inside for a ball. The count now 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind up and the pitch. That one high fly in the air. Up to right field. Campbell will be in pursuit. And that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody on for Corpus Christi. We had 3.5. Still tied at 2. Acuna, Mears, and Castagnon, 2, 3, and 4 will be up for the bottom half of 3 when we come back. It is a tie ball game. We're tied at 2. This proud broadcast is brought to you in part by friends at San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. For more, visit their website for 2026 rodeo tickets. And also, don't forget to check out West Creek Trail Rides. Just give Lana a call at 210-616-6585 to book your reservation for horseback riding. Well, about set to go for the bottom half of the 3rd for San Antonio. Here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob. Francisco Acuna will lead it off. A great job on the sponsorship of West Creek Trail Rides and our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo. Acuna will be the catcher tonight. He strides up to lead off the bottom half of the 3rd inning for San Antonio. And ouch, that got him right in the back. Boy, it just reminds me of that last homestand during against Medlin. That one guy named Blake Beers got Ethan Salas injured, and so far after that, the pitching coach came out, and he was not a happy camper. I don't blame him. Yeah, I wouldn't be a happy camper, too, if I was him. Well, that ball is hit foul outside the stadium. The count now 0-2. Starting to get dark on this Tuesday night. That one is a ground ball hit foul, and the count now still holding, no balls, 2 strikes. July 24th, Ethan Salas getting injured by that San Antonio, or should I say Midland starter.
The first baseman, number 6.
Well, the strikeout right there. Here is Marcos Castañon, first baseman tonight for San Antonio. Yeah, he was a Midland starter, and he was on the mound for the Rockhounds during at that time. And Blake Beers literally just hit Ethan Salas in the forearm. That would be the funny bone right there. Ugh, I know how that felt. Right there, the first baseman will take it himself. And yet there is a broken bat on the field.
Number 7.
And evidently they're going to come out and clean it up. And so far, get back to our broadcast here. Here is right fielder Jacob Campbell as he comes in. Beers got in serious trouble after that pitch in the funny bone for that San Antonio catcher. Well, evidently that guy probably got expelled and fined a big chunk of money on top of that. Probably got a big bruise on his forearm. Yeah, I gotta say, might as well, because if that baseball is thrown at least 90 to 100 miles an hour, you're in for a real bruising. Right there, ground ball, ground hopper, straight away third, right to first in time for the out, and that will end another inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio. Or should I say incorrection right there. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. And we head now to the 4th, and it's still 2-2 tie. Encarnacion, Daniels, and Smith will lead it 4th inning when we come back. Now, I do apologize about that. I was pulling your leg. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on for San Antonio. To the 4th we go, and it's 2-2 tie. Well, we're set to go for the fourth inning for Corpus Christi, right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Well, here is Luis Encarnacion as he will lead it off, fourth inning, against Jagger Haynes. Wind up and the pitch, right there and in for a strike. Gets the count now at 0-1. Gotta say, a pretty good evening thus far. Fourth inning, starting to get dark outside. That one down and in is 1 ball, 1 strike. Stadium lights coming into full effect here tonight. Got the high beams on. And that one is line foul. The count now at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch right there outside, 2-2. So far, give you scores. Wichita leading the Tulsa Drillers 4-1. Bottom of the third there at beautiful Porch Stadium there in Wichita, Kansas. Springfield leading Northwest Arkansas 4-0. That is a line drive base hit up to center field. And that's a no-out single for Luis Encarnacion.
Left fielder, Zach.
Frisco up 5-1 against Midland there at Franco Park. Arkansas leading Amarillo 3-2. Gotta say, pretty good for All-American Ballpark. That's where the Amarillo Sod Poodles are out tonight. That one right there, ground hop. Could get 1, get 2, and not in time as they will overturn a double play. And boy, that could have been a big 2 outs right there, and that would have got you 2 free tacos right there. Third baseman Cam Smith coming in is ready to go. He'll take an inside strike, and the count now at 0-1. He was an 0-for-1 ground out last time up. Now, if you think I'm getting allergies or just a bad, ugly cold, well, probably the weather change is coming in for me. That one right there. Again, Rojas, Cedeno, Castellon, Taco Bell double play, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on, and we had 4.5 and still tied 2-2. So bottom of 4 coming up for San Antonio when we come back. As Cole Roderer, Rojas, and Cedeno will get things started. Now set to go for the bottom of the 4th right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Cole Roderer standing in now. 6, 7, 8 due for San Antonio here in the bottom of 4. Echo now 50 pitches within. That one's got high in the air to the shortstop area, moving under it, and the short has it.
Now batting, third baseman, Yendry Rojas.
Well, that'll bring in Yendry Rojas. He's 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. Boy, it kind of feels like daylight savings time where it gets dark in the month of November. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it kind of feels like it. Even though it would be the second week of November, right as we have a Veterans Day coming up. Yeah. They're Willie and Cedeno coming in. 1 out, 1 on here in this one. That one high fly and out of play. Foul. And the count now 0-1. Well, we have 3 months left of the year 2025. And I will say, as Sunday will be our last home game of the regular season in San Antonio, gotta say we cannot wait to do this again next year. We are just super excited. The pitch right there. Ground ball straight away. Just second for 1. And they don't get 2. But they will get the runner out at second on the force out. And that is still a base hit. But evidently the runner is out at second on that instant replay. Shortstop is Leo Dallas DeVries. What a great player he's been this year. And evidently get to see him 12 more times in this broadcast and next week's broadcast in Springfield. No, the Springfield Cardinals, they are a really good team up in the North Division. And yes, we do take them on a bunch. You know, we take them on the next year in August. You know, we take them 6 games in the first week, and then the end of the week. That one high fly in the air. And that is out number 3. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on for San Antonio. Still a 2-2 tie as we go to the 5th. Demko and Jaworski will lead it on for the 5th inning. Coming up. About set to go in the top half of the fifth inning for Corpus Christi, right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Fifth inning set to go as we get ready. As Tuesday night special. As high fly in the air by the 6-hole batter Austin Deming. He'll fly out to Jacob Campbell in right field for the out, and there's one down.
The center fielder, Zach Cole.
The designated hitter is Zach Cole. He's 1 for 1. Pretty good night for him. Here's the pitch. Right there. Ground ball straight away in center field. And that is a base hit. We got a full moon tonight. Look at that, Bob. Yeah, I gotta say, pretty nice there, John.
Shortstop, Chase.
Well, clouds are starting to diminish away. We're going to have a beautiful night tonight, it looks. Yeah, I gotta say, for the second day of September, it's starting to look pretty good. It's right there and in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. Jaworski was a 0 for 1 strikeout last time up. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. It's a tied ball game here in the fifth inning. It's 2-2. Right there, swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. Boy, it got pretty dark here as getting going in this ball game, and that's right there. Out number 2 as he got struck out by a backward skate by Jagger Hanks. And they're 2 down. Here is Brian Lavastida as he comes in. It's ready to go. Here's the pitch. And that's an inside strike. And the count now at 0-1. Lavastida is 0 for 1 in this ball game. And the slider is down and inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Boy, Frisco having a 5-1 advantage against Midland there in Franco Park. Good old Midland, Texas. That one is hit foul, and the count now 1-2. Arkansas leading Amarillo 3-2, top of the 6th inning. Wichita 8-2 against Tulsa. 2-2 tie here in San Antonio. Springfield up in front 4-3 against Northwest Arkansas. Here's a 1-2. Right there, high fly, out of play, and he'll do it all over again. Brian Lavastida, a really good fighter in the Corpus Christi batting order. Called third strike. Got him. And right there, a productive well inning. And with that, the side is retired. So no runs, hits, or errors. Or correction. Again, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. And it's 5.5 straight ahead, tied 2-2. So I do apologize again about that. Fabian, Acuna, and Mears will lead it off as we head to the 5th for San Antonio right after these messages. Now set to go for the bottom of the fifth inning for San Antonio, right now in the Missions Baseball Network. Bottom half of the fifth inning, Albert Fabian, the left fielder, coming in now for San Antonio. Already a nighttime sky. Wow. Getting dark, but temperatures at 92 degrees here. A warm September evening as we go through the last homestand in the 2025 season. That one bashed, that one deep, that one how high, gone! And San Antonio took the round trip out of here. That was bashed by the left fielder. He comes in to score. And now they unbreak the tie. It's now a San Antonio 3-2 game. By golly, that was cool. Yeah, I gotta say, John, that really was. 395 foot, 106.1. Gotta say, that was really good. Catcher is Francisco Acuna as he comes in. 1-for-1, a two-run shot the last time. He was a 2 runs back in the first inning for San Antonio. That's really good. Batting a 351. That is a good one. 400 opposition. He's had 9 home runs this year for San Antonio and an RBI of 17. Wow. Right there, the count now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
So yeah, pretty good crowd tonight here in the month of September. Starting to get fall, and yes, we got pumpkin patch there at West Creek Trail Rides. Don't forget that we are at the farm. Hopefully we'll get some new seasons going too while we're at it. Horseback riding adventures coming next month, Saturday, October 4th at 9:30. Brand new season coming up. Yeah, I gotta say, John, I hope you're super excited about that. Yeah, then we got new episodes of Picani's new series coming up. Going into the year 2026 with a second season fixing to get filmed before too long. Oh, wow, so you're going for 2? Yeah, and if the show is still good, then we'll go to the ranch. It's going to be pretty good. That's right there, line drive. That's a ground ball, straightaway shortstop. He'll get them out at first, and they're 2 down.
The first baseman, number 6,
Marcos Castañon coming in. San Antonio 3, Corpus Christi 2. Castañon, the first baseman, 2 outs, nobody on. That one fouled way back, and the count now at 0-1. Ethan Pecco has 69 pitches, gave up already 3 runs.
That's out.
And man, 3 runs, 6 hits. I don't think the manager would be too happy. Yeah, neither is the pitching coach, I would say. Yeah, you're probably right about that there, Bob. And right there, call third strike as he'll get him down. But Albert Fabian will get the home run on a hit. No errors and nobody left on. We had top of the 6 straight ahead for Corpus Christi. It is now a Missions 3-2 ball game here. Good old San Antonio. 6th inning coming up. We're back to the broadcast as we start the sixth inning right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, leading it off for Corpus Christi, here is the leadoff batter, Jesus Bastidas. Haynes to the windup, the pitch, and right there in the dirt for a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio up by a run. Corpus Christi trying to capitalize here tonight. And that's a swing and a miss again. Goes after it for a strike. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes right there. Ground ball, Cedeno, straightaway second. Throws the first, Castagnon. And there is out number 1. Luis Baez coming in now. He's 0 for 2. Fly out in the line out. So far, a pretty good night thus far. That one is out of play, foul. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Wind up and the pitch. That one fouled off. And still holding on at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch right there, high in the air. And he's going to hit the wall. Ouch. Boy, that was a close play right there. That could have been a home run, just a few shy inches. And that could have been another well-worth tie. Luis Encarnacion, 1 for 2 single. Boy, and that would have been stranger danger right there in that type of order. That baseball would have get smoked, and that would have been another tie on our hands here in this ball game. San Antonio has 1 run lead against Corpus Christi. That's pretty good. Yeah, I got to say, John, it is. But you got to stay ahead of that lead. You cannot be faltering at the time that, you get in there, you hit those baseballs out. You try to stay ahead as well as you can. That is for sure. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-2. 2 outs, nobody on here for Corpus Christi. No balls, 2 strikes. That one is skied high in the air up the left center. Moving under it is Joshua Mears. He'll take control, and that will be the 3rd out. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Corpus Christi. We head now 6.5. San Antonio leading this one 3-2. So we're back as we'll have a new arm coming out for Corpus Christi. Campbell, Roederer, and Rojas will lead it bottom of 6. We come back. Well, leading off the bottom half of the sixth inning for San Antonio.
Now pitching for Corpus Christi.
They're getting ready to go here
Number
tonight
70.
on a new pitcher coming in for Corpus Christi, Blake Wyman, who is a 4-seam slider and a 2-seam fastball. Well, I'm here, Bob, and yep, John is with me as well in the booth.
Number 7.
Here is Jacob Campbell as he comes in, leading off the bottom of 6 for San Antonio. Wind up in the pitch right there, ground hopper right there, straight away second. He's got him out at first, and that is a quick out number 1. Not too much of a hard hit ball there, Bob. Nope. Designated hitter is Cole Roederer. He's 1 for 2 single. Man, you sound pretty good there, Bob. I'm glad you don't have allergies, not like me. Yeah, I gotta say, John, I'm glad I feel pretty good today.
Counts 1-0.
You probably got sinus infection. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you. I probably do. Cesar Gomez and Jose Fleury warming up in the Corpus Christi bullpen. 1 ball and no strikes to the DH here tonight, Cole Roederer, as he stands in, ball 2. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Boy, this game is going pretty quick. A lot of zeros. Well, except for those couple of innings where some scores have came in. Right there, straight away short. And there's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Gentry.
Well, Yendry Rojas is coming in. He's a 1 for 2 single. Boy, just a beautiful night here in San Antonio. And gotta say, a Tuesday evening coming really good for these home fans. Well, it could be win number 70 if San Antonio could pull it through here. But evidently, if losing tonight and Frisco winning would put them only 2 games ahead, catching up with San Antonio here in the South Division.
1 ball.
There's only,
2 strikes.
after tonight, 11 games left of the regular season. Yeah, I gotta say, Bob, and gotta say, Corpus Christi and Springfield both are the last 2 opponents in this 2025 regular season. They're the last 2 in the month of September. Well, inning over, so no runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for San Antonio. It's on now to the 7th inning. Daniel Smith and Deming will lead it for Corpus Christi. It's 3-2. We're heading to the top half of the seventh inning right now. The Missions Baseball Network. Up to bat now is Zach Daniels. Well, coming out for San Antonio, he's Omar Cruz. It's a four-seam curveball, changeup, and a two-seam fastball coming in. Bob, we would like you to take it from here, and so far going to turn it over to my great friend. Bob, take it away. Thank you, John. Zach Daniels coming in. He's ready to go. Omar Cruz now pitching for San Antonio is coming in, taking that strike inside. And it's the count now at 0-1. So yeah, we will take turns during the broadcast. Will do. Thank you. No balls, one strike right there outside, and that is foul. And the count now 0-2. Got a beautiful skyline there in San Antonio. Boy, Tower of America's lighted up perfectly tonight. Yeah, indeed it is. Beautiful downtown area. And that one is fouled off. The count now 0-2. Still hanging on. No balls, two strikes to count on this Tuesday night. First of a 6 against Corpus Christi. That's fouled off. And the count now 0-2. Well, do we really start a vacation starting next week? Maybe a small one. But evidently going into the playoff rounds of our Final Four ball clubs. Well, Springfield and Midland being the upper hands as they get the playoff round calls, and so far San Antonio trying to get in there. Wichita for sure trying to get in there. Even the Frisco Rough Riders trying to get something going. Well, with one away here is Cam Smith, and you make some pretty good deals right there, John, about, Frisco, Wichita, Midland, and Springfield and San Antonio trying to get in there. 5 teams trying to fight over, trying to get into this big playoff race. But even though, Bob, it's the Final Four and 6 teams are eliminated at the end of next Sunday. That one is in for a strike. The count now 2-1. Are you glad it's almost the off season? Yep. It's been a long year for us, Bob, and gotta say, I think it's time to put this regular season 2025 straight to bed. And that's till next Sunday. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. Austin Deming is 1 for 2. He was a solo home run back in the second inning for Corpus Christi. 2 outs, nobody on. Takes an inside strike. It's the count now at 0-1. And yeah, so far, John, I gotta say, 8-2 Wichita. There in the bottom of the 5th inning, Springfield still leading Northwest Arkansas 4-3. Frisco 6-3 against Midland. Arkansas now leading 5-2 against Amarillo. And San Antonio leading this game here tonight 3-2. That is for sure. That is high fly in the air. Cedeno will get it and makes the play. That's the inning. Well, time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. So get up a stretch and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And we are 3-2, San Antonio, bottom of 7. We come back. Cedeno, DeVries, and Fabian will lead it off when we come back for the last half of the 7th. Coming up here in San Antonio. Back for more. Well, hope you had a pretty good seventh inning stretch, but it's time now to get back to work. The bottom of the seventh starting now. And here is John Baker. Thank you, Bob. Nerwelli and Cedeno coming in. 8-9-1 due up against Blake Wyman. New pitch reliever for Corpus Christi here tonight. No balls and one strike. The windup and the pitch. That one's got high in the air up to center field. Moving under it is the center fielder. He'll make the play. And that is out number one.
Now batting, number 94.
Well, that'll bring up Leo Dallas DeVries. 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out. And I say, if you are a big horse fan, let me tell you, Heartland Season 19 is now available. Pretty good TV show. Starting to watch the series. Already done with 3 episodes tonight. Wow, pretty good. I'm going to have to check it out. Always remember that we need to be nice to our horses, especially there at West Creek Trail Rides, too. A lot of people just get a little bit of a obnoxious, whatever it is. Blah, blah, blah. Keep it talk tonight, but they are very obnoxious towards the horses.
Inside ball.
That's an outside ball. The count now 3-1. On deck, Albert Fabian. Wind up and the pitch. That one's got high in the air up the left center. And it is the center fielder making the play. And that is out number 2.
Fielder, number 30, Albert Fabian.
Well, the left fielder, Albert Fabian, coming in, and boy, had a home run the last go-round. He really pushed that one out of reach. Then the bottom half of the 5th inning, got to say, that would give San Antonio a 1-run lead against Corpus Christi. Fabian is 2 for 3 of the evening. The windup and the pitch, that's a swing and a miss. The count now at 1-1. Got a great crowd here tonight in San Antonio, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. Always got a pretty good crowd. Right there, slider will get them chasing 1-2.
2 strike.
Well, Wichita now leading Tulsa 9-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Arkansas 5-3. Frisco at Midland leading 6-3 against the Rockhounds. And that's a swing and a miss right there, and that's the 3rd out. And we head to the 8th inning. San Antonio still leading this 1-run ball game. It's 3-2 for the Missions here tonight. Top of the 8th inning coming up. And Zach Jaworski in Lavastida will get ready to go. Top of the 8th for Corpus Christi coming up. Now set to go for the 8th inning for Corpus Christi right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, Zach Kroll coming in as we lead off the 8th inning. San Antonio up by a run. High in the air, up foul grounds near the on deck. Acuna getting after it and makes the play, and that is out number 1.
Now batting.
That could have easily been an infield flyout right there. Or other way around, an infield fly rule, which that would cause the guy to be out. That's right there. Line drive, base hit. Campbell up and right. Getting that one. And that is a 1-out single for Chase Jaworski as he comes in. Brian Lavastida drawing up now. Another Taco Bell double play with Lavastida coming up now at the plate for Corpus Christi. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and a ground out here tonight. 5 games remain here in San Antonio for the year. So come on out to the Wolf. Join us. That one is outside, curveball. The count now 1 ball and no strikes. Well, it's top of the 9th inning. Frisco leading 6-3 against Midland. And boy, they got a pretty good chance. That one is right there. Line drive, base hit. And that's going to be first and third. And boy, Corpus Christi trying to get in again. Another tie. And so far, pretty good on that. Here is Jesus Bastidas. And the windup of the pitch. That one down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. He was lined out in the first inning, 0 for 3. No balls. Well, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's fouled off. Trying to get up there. Here's a 1-1. And that is foul. So in the count now, 1-2. By good graces, it misses that line just by a few shy inches. 1-2. Right there. Called third strike. Got him. So 2 out by the strikeout as Bastidas is out for the count. And that'll bring up Luis Baez as he's the second one up for Corpus Christi. And that's going to be right there in the end for a strike. The count now 0-1. First and third, 2 out. San Antonio 3-2 against the Corpus Christi Hooks, 8th inning. Here in beautiful San Antonio. Here's windup in the pitch. That one fouled off. And the count now 0-2. We've got a great home crowd tonight. Come out and join us on the full moon Tuesday night. The 0-2. Right there. Swing and a miss. And they got him good. And San Antonio still holds on for another inning. And we're heading to the bottom half of the 8th inning. San Antonio leading it 3-2. Boy, and this game is staying close by. No pun intended.
Now,
we'll have another inning coming up and a new relief arm for Corpus Christi when we come back. It's the bottom half of the 8th inning. San Antonio leading it 3-2. Now set to go for the bottom half of the eighth inning right now on the Missions Baseball Network. Well, pitching for Corpus Christi, Miguel Ullola.
Miguel Ullola.
Four-seam slider, curveball, and a changeup. Ullola now pitching for Corpus Christi. Well, we're the bottom half of the eighth inning. Here is the catcher, Francisco Acuna, as he's the first one up here in the bottom half of inning number 8. That's a curveball swung on and missed. And the count now 0-1. That one is hit high in the air, and the count now 0-2. You got to say pretty good there. Wichita now leading Tulsa 10-2. Bottom of the 6th inning. And right there, called third strike. He went swinging. And that is out number 1.
Number 14, Joshua Mears.
Joshua Mears coming in as he's set to go. 1-run ball game here tonight. San Antonio leading 3-2. 3,107. Pretty good number, right, Bob? Gotta say, John, absolutely right. Pretty good right there. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out, nobody on. That one skied high in the air up the center field. The center fielder will move under, and he's got it for the out. Oh, goodness. These allergies just kicking my butt. Marcos Castañon coming in now. Oh for 3 tonight. Could be the last out for San Antonio as we get ready to head for the 9th inning in this one. And that's a well in. Strike the count now. At 1 ball and 1 strike. Right there, the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes as he misses on that one. Wind up and the pitch. Here's it goes, and that is outside. Count now 2-2. Just feel like I'm stuffed up and plus a little bit of a headache and stuff, and that's a swing and a miss. And that is strike 3 swinging, and that will do it. 9th inning coming up, as San Antonio still holds a 1-run lead. They can win it by 1. All they need is 3 outs. And it's 9th inning coming up for Corpus Christi. We're back here live with the broadcast right after this. Luis Encarnacion, Danielson, Smith will be the 9th inning coming up. Ninth inning right now. The Mission's Baseball Network. Well, Luis Encarnacion coming in 1 for 3. 3-4-5 due up against Omar Cruz. Here's the pitch. That is right there and in for the ball. The count now at 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch. That is outside. The count now 2-0. Well, just tell you one thing, Bob. He's starting to struggle a little bit. Gave up the last 2 balls, but trying to find the strike zone. Yeah, I gotta say, John, he's really trying to get something going. Hopefully he could get it going and try to get it going in a heartbeat. 2-1. Chop foul, and that's even up. Now 2-2. Corpus Christi trying to get out of a situation. That is right there. And that's going to be underhanded. Cruz will get him. And that's an easy play out at first. And San Antonio has 2 more outs remaining for their win. Here is Zach Daniels. Daniels coming in, ready to go. Inside strike, and it's 0-1. Corpus Christi, the tying run is Zach Daniels. That one right there. Line drive. Base hit to center. And trying to get this game going in their favor.
Now batting, the third baseman.
But evidently we do have a final score from Arkansas there at All-American Ballpark. Travelers will now tie up against Northwest Arkansas at 63. They beat Amarillo. So, yeah, pretty good night there in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Cam Smith coming in will take an inside strike. The count now at 0-1. 0 for 3, ground out in the second inning. So, yes, a pretty good one thus far here in good old San Antonio. So far for the national, should I say, we go to the majors, Major League Baseball and stuff. And there's no throw, stolen base. Cam Smith getting that code strike, and the count now 0-2. Runner at second, I should say. Runner at second, Cam Smith at the plate. Wind up in the pitch. That one has got high in the air. Center field. Mears getting after it. Makes the play, and they're 2 down. There is 1 out remaining for San Antonio, and got to say they are in it to win here tonight. And runner at second. I do apologize about that. Runner at second. Austin Deming is 1 for 3. He had the solo shot last time up. Our San Diego Padres in the National League West are in second place. They're 76-62. LA Dodgers at 78-60. Which that is the Tulsa Drillers parent farm club. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, that's right there. Swing and a miss, and they're down against it.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And to their final strike. And, oh my goodness, what is going on? That looks like a intentional walk.
The center fielder, number 6, Zach Cole.
And that's going to bring up Zach Cole as he comes in. So that was pretty bad right there. Lined up and the pitch. That one's got to be right there. High fly in the air. And looking at it, it will not get there. And he's chasing that ball. 1 run scores, 2 run score. And he is safe. Inside the park home run by Zach Cole now gives Corpus Christi the lead. It's now a 5-3 ball game. All 3 runs have been in to score. And he was chasing after that ball. No doubt about it. Yeah, I gotta say, that was pretty hard hit right there. And if you could say that Midland has been beat tonight, yes, they have. The final score, Frisco Rough Riders 6 and Midland Rockhounds 3. Right there, that will do. And with that, the side is retired. 3 runs on an inside the park home run, and that should do it. Corpus Christi now leading this game 5-3 against the San Antonio Missions. We'll have a new relief arm coming up, bottom of the 9th inning, straight ahead, right after this broadcast. Bottom half of the 9th inning set to go for San Antonio. Right now, the Missions Baseball Network. Well, AJ Blue Ball is coming in as a 4-seam slider, changeup, and a sweeper coming in. Gotta say, pretty good as he'll get the call for Corpus Christi on the mound. Here is the right fielder, Jacob Campbell, as he'll come in. 3 outs remain for San Antonio after giving up that 3-run inside the park home run last half inning. Boy, in San Antonio, they were doing so good, and now it's pretty much them losing tonight, and now it's a game and a half against the Frisco Rough Riders. Yeah, the Frisco Rough Riders beating Midland 6-3 there at Franco Park, and gotta say they are trailing the Missions just 2.5 games back. And yeah, if they win tomorrow, it's a even tie. And yeah, they could take first place right there. Line drive, base hit. 3-1 count will make it work. Now the tying run coming up to the plate. And that is the designated hitter, Cole Roederer, as he strides in next. That's an inside strike, and it's the count now at 0-1. A winning run is now on deck for San Antonio here in this one. Wind up and the pitch. That's a swing and a miss right there. The count now 0-2. So pretty good on that one. No balls to 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch right there. That is a sweeper fouled. And still hanging on at no balls and 2 strikes. Here's pitch. And that's going to be blistered. That's deep. That is high. And he's still going back right to the wall. And boy, that was well struck.
Now batting, the third baseman, Gendry.
Well, that'll bring up Gendry Rojas as he comes in. He's 1 for 3 single. Man, and San Antonio tried to tie it up, and evidently with the runner in the center field area going after that fastball, he went after it. Caught it for the out. Gendry Rojas, the next batter up. There are 2 outs left for San Antonio here tonight. That one well struck. Deep to right. Right there up to the right fielder. And now they're down in against it.
Now batting,
so 2 outs. As Gendry Rojas is now heading back to the bullpen. Here is Nerwillian Cedeno, who flied out last time up, trying to tie the ball game up with a great equalizer. Just first base ahead and trying to get a 2-run shot. 0 for 3 of the night. Wind up and the pitch. That one fouled off. The count now 1-1. 2 outs. Runner at first. Tying run is Nerwillian Cedeno. Wind up and the pitch. Here he comes. And that is fouled off. And now they're down to their final out. Corpus Christi 5, San Antonio 3. Last of the 9th inning. AJ Blue Ball works. And here he goes. Swing and a miss, and they go down. And San Antonio losing the first game here tonight. And now it's a 69-56 win and loss record. Corpus Christi getting their 46th of the season. But still on the elimination round. Well, evidently not too good for them. Springfield could easily take the game out there in Northwest Arkansas. And we'll say that would be pretty good if they do. But evidently we won't be live to see that and stuff. Well, anyway, I got to say, I think that game there in Northwest Arkansas will be called. And do believe that Springfield just won their 79th. And, boy, they're doing pretty good. Well, with San Antonio getting this loss, the Frisco Rough Riders now 2.5 games to catch up and get first place right in their favor. They have to beat Midland, and San Antonio has to lose twice to Corpus Christi, but evidently the missions won't allow that to happen. But anyway, player of the game is Zach Cole, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Win will go Miguel Ulola, which stayed in 1 inning and came in and struck out 2. Omar Cruz getting the loss tonight for San Antonio, and got to say, what a night it's been. Well, anyway, I'm just happy this day is done, and so far it is time to get the good old rest break in. Well, 5 more after this evening, and so far, catch us tomorrow night for Military Appreciation Night Wednesday, as we salute those in uniform that serve our great, wonderful country. And so far, pretty good. Well, 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Corpus Christi, San Antonio. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Well, it was a pretty good one thus far. Time of our broadcast was 2.5 hours, but we did pretty good. Anyway, I do apologize if I sound like I'm being a little stuffy, but evidently allergy season is just around the corner for me, and I kind of feel like it is. But anyway, we hope that y'all have enjoyed this broadcast tonight so far with my great friend Bob. And yeah, Bob, you did a pretty good job at doing our ball game as well. Thank you, John. I appreciate that as well. But anyway, I think it's time for us to go on home and get a pretty good, decent rest, because we definitely deserve it. Well, anyway, for our final score, Corpus Christi 5, San Antonio 3. This has been Mission Baseball, and you're home here in South Texas. Saying so long and good night from San Antonio. We will catch you again tomorrow evening for Wednesday Night Baseball, live here at 6:45. We get started with our first pitch and our pregame show at 6:50 right here on YouTube Live. So anyway, join us tomorrow evening, and we got another great broadcast for you. And so far, y'all have a good night. Safe travel home.